So in the first chapter, this is the basic part. Okay, this is the basic thing that we study in physics. What is the measurement? What kind of errors can be there? Okay, what is the difference between vectors and scalar? So, what is the language of physics? Tell me.
Language, maths.
Very good. Maths is the language of physics. Okay. So if your maths is good, okay, if you're good in some concepts of maths, you'll be excellent in physics as well. Okay. So
Yes.
what topics you need to understand? So vectors and scalars. Okay. Vectors is a topic in maths.
This
Okay. You
being
don't have to study.
this being what is a vector, what force, like force and distance
Okay.
and
Okay. So
that.
physical quantities. Okay. Which has magnitude as well as direction. Okay. For example, let's start with mass. Okay. How do you define mass?
Mass is basically the amount of weight. It's in kgs, right? It's measured in kgs, and it's the thing weight on Earth.
Yes, its SI unit is kg. Okay, so mass is nothing but the matter contained.
Hmm.
Okay, matter contained in anything is basically mass. Okay, similarly, there is volume. There are many things in these all are physical quantities. You can measure them.
Hmm.
Okay, you can measure the mass, you can measure the volume, temperature, speed, velocity, acceleration. Okay, so out of there are many, there are 100. I mean, I can write 100 to 100 physical quantities. Okay, acceleration, distance, displacement. Okay, so these all are physical quantities. You can measure them. Okay, but there are two types of distinction. Okay, there are two types of physical quantities. One has magnitude as well as direction. Okay, when I
Hmm.
ask you what is your mass, what do you say?
I am a certain number of kilograms, right?
Certain number of kilograms. Do you say my mass is, for example, 60 kg in the downward direction?
No, we do not, because this doesn't change if we are on Earth or if we are in space or if we are on Jupiter. It shouldn't really matter.
Yes, very good. So mass does not have any direction. Mass is a scalar thing. Okay. But
Weight would
if I
be
ask,
vector.
yes, weight is a vector. Very good. Weight is a vector. Okay, weight is nothing but the amount of gravitational force the planet is applying on you. For example, your weight over here is, let's assume your weight is 60 Newton. Okay. One more thing that you need to keep in mind that in our language, whenever someone asks you weight, they're asking you the mass. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
correct.
they are not scientifically correct. Our language, the way we talk, that is not very scientifically accurate. Okay, so if it is scientifically accurate, I would ask you what is your mass,
Mass.
right?
Or
But
if they would
in your
ask for the weight, they would ask for it in newtons.
yes, if they are asking you weight, if a scientist is asking your weight, then you have to tell in the newtons. Okay, he
Hmm.
he wants the in Newton. If he's very careful about his choice of words. Okay. So let's take an example that your weight on Earth is 60 Newton. What would be your weight on Moon, for example?
Um, okay, if weight on Earth is 60 Newton, can I actually look up the gravity of the moon to just do a calculation, or should I just kind of, because I already know it's going to be less than on Earth.
Yes, very good. It's going to be less than. So basically, what happens is it becomes 1/6.
Okay,
Okay.
so 60 Newtons, so 10 Newtons.
Yes, very good. Okay. So your weight will become 10 Newtons. Okay. Have you seen those astronomers jumping on the moon like a
Yeah,
kangaroo?
I've seen it.
Yes. So
Definitely. So,
that is possible because the moon's gravity is less than that of Earth. Okay. The moon's gravitational force is less than that of Earth. And why is that? Tell me. Why is moon's
because they
gravity?
just don't have so much mass, and mass, the
Very
gravity
good.
comes from mass.
Yes. The mass of moon is less than that of mass of Earth. Okay. So that
The
is why
thing is, I learned all of this in IGCSE book, which is the thing. Let me
okay.
just see.
Okay. So should we move on to the next topic?
Yes, I just wanted to know like what is new that they're teaching us in IB because
Okay. The new topic, let me go in the comparison one.
yeah, because from what I've been hearing, it's pretty much similar to IGCSE, of course, but they go into a bit more detail. So
Yes.
I wanted to see exactly how do they go into a bit more detail in terms of
Yes.
this.
So, for example, you would not be learning too much about the concept of mechanics. Okay. So, do you know what is projectile motion? Have you studied projectile motion?
No, I have not. Could you just give me a rundown of what it is?
Yes, very good. So, projectile is something which is, for example, if you throw something, okay, for example, a javelin thrower, okay,
Yeah.
you throw anything, okay, what would be its what would be its trajectory on Earth? It would go like this, right?
Yes.
You have thrown something like this, for example, something with the speed of u, okay, at an angle theta, okay, and this is the ground. So that object will, let's take a simple example, a cricket ball, okay. So it will go something like this. This is the trajectory, okay. This is a parabola. Do you know what a parabola is?
Not really, not really.
Okay, no problem. So what happens when you throw something, okay,
Hmm.
and it moves in the air only under the influence of gravity. That is called a projectile. Okay. So
Projectile
over
ballistic
here,
trajectory, basically.
yes,
Or no?
yes, yes. But the thing is, that it should not have its own engine. You cannot throw a rocket
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then because it has its own ignition
So it's
system and everything.
completely ballistic. No, no force is pushing it forward. No.
Very good. There is only the initial momentum that is imparted to it. Okay, it has nothing of its engine or anything. Okay,
Hmm.
and it is not of the aerodynamical shape also. Okay, we are not considering that it has aerodynamic airfoil kind of structure. Okay, so
Okay.
that is also we consider. It is just a point mass or a concentrated mass. Okay, which is just going under the influence of gravity. So where will it go? What would be its distance? What would be the distance? This is called range. Okay. What is the maximum height that this cricket ball can attain? Okay. This is height, H max. This is called range. Okay. At what angle should I throw that my javelin or my cricket ball goes at the maximum distance? Okay. So this is
Hmm.
something we should study. Okay. So this is the height max range. Okay. So this angle has to be 45 degrees. Okay, this angle has
Always.
to be 5 degree for maximum range. If you increase the angle, if you increase the angle, the range would decrease. And if you decrease the angle also, the range will also decrease. Okay. If you increase the angle, it will go more upwards, but the range will decrease. And if you throw it with a less angle than that of 45-degree, then the range will probably increase, but the maximum will always be attained at 45-degree. Okay, so a javelin thrower, what is the angle that he should aim?
45 degrees, optimal, right?
45 degrees. Yes, very good. He should always try to throw at 45 degree to get the maximum range. Okay, so you will understand the basics of all those. Okay, thermal physics, you'll understand what is thermodynamics, first law, the basics of heat, temperature, and everything. Okay, you'll understand waves in more detail now. Okay, do you know
Hmm.
what is longitudinal waves, what is transversal waves?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I learned that longitudinal. I believe uses compressions and rarefactions, and transverse is basically
Yes.
trough,
So
wavelength, and all that.
yes. So in here over here, you'll also learn more about these phenomena like Doppler effect. Do you know what's a Doppler effect?
Yes, this is when something is coming at a speed, and because of the starting speed, the waves kind of mesh together. So the person who is hearing it, from his perspective, it's from a higher frequency.
Yes. So if you are stationary and something is coming towards you, like you are standing on a railway platform, okay.
Hmm.
So the frequency of the sound will be more, okay, as it is going to approach you. So you will understand that in more detail. You will be using the equations, mathematical aspect of all that. Okay. So electricity and magnetism, you will study something, okay, in more detail. Okay, so this is the difference between SL and HL. Additionally, you'll have to study these topics. Okay, in HL, you'll have to study these topics in detail. Okay, so you'll
Okay.
understand the magnetism. Yes, go ahead.
No, sorry, you were saying
No,
I will just agree.
yes, I was just giving you a brief of electricity, magnetism. Do you understand what is Lenz's law? Have you studied Lenz's law?
Lens law, could you just briefly give me an idea of what this is? Because I may have studied it, but not under this name.
Lenz's law basically states that the voltage produced, okay, the
Hmm.
EMF produced is always in the opposite direction of the magnetic flux. Okay, so
Is
this
this
is something,
basically for transformers or
yes, you can say that. Yes,
it's for
transformers.
transformers law? Hmm.
Yes, you'll understand the more critical aspect of it. Okay, transformers, its application and everything. Electromagnetic waves also in this topic, waves, electromagnetic waves would also be there. Okay, in the wave phenomena in this topic, it